Bachelor Joey Graziadei appeared on Jason Tartick's podcast Trading Secrets this week, where he dished on conversation shared with Charity Lawson in the fantasy suite. Since this date is basically the only private one shared by the contestants, Joey and Charity used their time to discuss some important things. What did they talk about privately behind closed doors? Keep reading to find out more. Joey Graziadei reveals conversations with Charity Lawson. Joey Graziadei shared some private conversations with Bachelorette Charity Lawson when the cameras turned off during their fantasy suite date. He discussed what they chatted about during his and fiancée Kelsey Anderson's appearance on Trading Secrets. Jason Tartick has always pushed for potential couples to have conversations about money and career plans. It's something he regrets not doing in the early days of his relationship with Caitlin Bristow. Since their engagement ended, he's been more open about the do's and don'ts involving money and relationships. So Jason asked Joey if he and Charity had discussed any of these things during their time alone together during fantasy suites. Joey admits they did discuss it. He went deeper into what they talked about, saying one would be a fool to not at least have a conversation about what they saw in the future after the show ended. The conversation wasn't extremely deep, but it did happen. Joey said, "It's important to understand what you're trying to see what's next, because I think anytime you get into this world, you have to ask the question of what it's going to be like to be in a public relationship. And that conversation naturally pivots into, well, what do you want to do with all of this?" What did he and Kelsey discuss in fantasy suites? Joey Graziadei also dished on a few things he and Kelsey Anderson spoke about during their time alone in the fantasy suites. He said they spoke for at least an hour about having a relationship in the public eye and how they saw their relationship post-show. He said, "What I remembered was, I will be open to whatever this brings, but as soon as we start doing this for other people, I want out. Like, I'm not doing this unless it's for us." During the interview, Kelsey also admitted she quit her job. Joey offered to help her financially if she needed it, and since their schedules have been so busy with traveling, she didn't feel it was fair to leave her employer hanging. So she quit. However, they did say she could come back if needed in the future. Both have mentioned the need and want to have a good career. Joey thinks he may return to tennis in the future. He's also considering sports broadcasting as an option. What do you think about Joey and Charity talking about finances and logistics in the fantasy suites? Is it a conversation you would have during that private time? Stay tuned for more updates.